official baby red. I'm here with S.O.G, and you are welcome to another episode of Hottakes with S.O.G here on Tawnkraya TV.
The first time we wrong, bro. I don't know. Now, what takes this? Short, but I make you feel the chop, you shine, tell you the glitter. Because I'm telling you guys for the views, for everything. We love you guys so much.
Yeah.
Hottakes S.O.G, it's all about scattering tables. We only have mouths where we talk the truth. So we know it's not Hottakes S.O.G. We will get some kind of awesome guests in the house. We have two returning faces. We have Khocee. Hello.
Okay, my name is Cassandra. I'm a Lash Tech, and I'm also single. Out there. Oh my God! Thank you for having me.
She might know that she's single though.
I know
You're actually single.
I don't want to say anything.
Hi, my name is Omar. I'm a baker, and yeah, that's
it. Related to baker?
It's not your business.
I'm talking about baker.
I'm a baker. No, I'm not related to baker. I'm a cake decorator. I know the baker I'm talking about. Can we just end
So guys, you forget yourself because you laugh.
On today's episode on Hottakes, our topic for today is what is the psychological effect of any form of abuse? It's heavy, ba?
That's a heavy one.
This one loud heavy.
What is what?
What is the psychological? You don't really understand big English.
I know.
Break it down for me.
What is the mental effect? That thing that turns your head around. You get it now.
Yeah.
Of any form of abuse,
So
any form at all. The after effect of
girlfriend abuse,
emotional damage, emotional damage, any kind of abuse.
Yeah.
Any kind.
Okay, first I would say let's start by defining the types of abuses,
or like listing the different types of abuse.
listing the different types of abuse, because when you say abuse, everybody just assumes you're talking about sexual abuse. That's the one thing that comes to everybody's mind when you say abuse. They all look in the same. But I would also like to say that there are a lot of forms of abuse. When you neglect somebody that you're supposed to take care of, you're actually abusing that person.
Yeah.
When you're verbally harsh to someone, that's verbal abuse. When you physically hurt someone, hit someone, that's physical abuse. When you bully someone online, when you troll somebody, when you're always on somebody keyboard warriors, that's also a form of abuse. So I want to take out the fact that whenever abuse is mentioned, everybody's mind just goes to sexual abuse. That's not the case. There are lots of forms of abuse, and everybody just doesn't like talking about it because they feel like it's a very, very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
But it's very sensitive, and it's something that should be really spoken about because it's causing a lot of issues.
Yeah.
People tend to develop serious, heavy PTSDs. Most cases of anxiety just because of what their childhood was like. Let's focus on childhood abuse because that's the worst form.
Yeah,
and
that's where it starts from.
That's where it starts from. That's the most aging. And I recently wrote an article on Medium, and it was focused on the nuclear family and how it affects a child. How it's now. I believe that everything we know as adults, 80% of everything, our values, everything we know as adults comes from our childhood. If you grow up in a family where you can speak out freely, you can talk about your feelings, you can talk about your emotions, and nobody tells you shut up, go and hide. You're going to grow up to be a very, very outspoken person.
And very confident.
Very confident. You're not going to be scared. You enter a room, you light up the party, you're not going to be shy.
That person also be disrespectful.
No.
A good amount of them are actually egotistical, and they turn out to be very, disrespectful.
And it depends. When I say that you are allowed to talk, I don't mean overdoing it.
Okay.
My childhood was very beautiful. I would keep saying it. I was loved. My mom, my dad, I was never, and I am one of the most polite people I would ever know. I was given access to everything I wanted. I didn't let it get into my head. But at the same time, you should also know that thing can be. I was trained that yes, you could get everything you wanted, but we can also take it away if you misbehave. If you don't do right, if you don't perform right, we can easily take it away from you. Now, switch it up to a child that was always verbally abused. Shut up. You're a very stupid child. You're the cause of my problems. Why are you always doing like this? Where you're going to get a child that when the person grows up, he's going to have serious issues connecting with other people. Communicating. He goes and he's always so timid. I can't even express myself. I can't even talk because I feel like I'm going to be judged. Somebody's going to scream at me just because I said I don't like how this is done. You see, one of them turn out to be like people pleasers because they feel like I have to buy your love, I have to buy your affection, some sort of validation from you. I constantly have to seek validation because I wasn't given that as a child. So that's how most people feel. So now, when you verbally abuse a child, when that person grows up, these are the things that happens. It's either they become so anxious, so socially awkward, they can't even maintain real relationships. They find it hard to trust people. To open up to people, to express themselves. And they also feel like everybody is an enemy. Because you feel like if this person sees me for like who I am, this person is going to turn against me because you're so scared. So it breeds fear, it's a lot. Even when you try to pretend like that, even if you're broken out of that base, a lot of people don't even know they have that problem. They feel like I don't like making friends. I don't like. It's just them. It's something about you that is hindering you from communicating, and it affects a lot of relationships because imagine someone who grew up to always be able to express herself, meeting someone who was always said, shut up, don't say that, you're not allowed to go here, you're not allowed to stay here. When it's one like in a relationship, can you just picture what it's going to be like? It's going to be, it's just basically the one person, the one that's so timid and everything, that person is incomplete. Exactly. It's incomplete. So you're making efforts to try and bring this person out of the show, which is not your job. And the person now sees you as a threat. Yes. Because they feel like you're trying to push me out, you're trying to turn me into somebody I'm not. There's always that misconception at the back of your head about people generally. So it's sad. It's you can't emphasize on it enough. I keep emphasizing on verbal abuse because I know that in Africa we say African parents, African mothers, but that's actually very, very bad. There's no toxicity behind it, but because that is the only thing they have noticed. And you know the worst? It's a generational thing. Yes, it goes down from. Okay, let's check this. Imagine a family where you constantly see your father hit your mom. In a lot of cases, so many men will try so hard not to be that kind of person. I will never be this kind of person. I would rather die than be someone who treats women this way. And then the other half feels like this is the norm. This is how you're supposed to do. This is a normal thing. It's normal. If a woman doesn't act like that, it's a correction. You have to hit her to keep her in line. You have to keep her in check. And then you do it. And then your son sees you beating his mom, and he goes up to do the same. It just keeps going. And before you know it, it's a generational thing. It's a family thing. Everybody, the men in the house believe that. That's why most people will say, like, if I ever hear a man telling me my father used to beat my mom, I'm running. Basically, I've heard a lot of girls say that if I ever hear any guy say my father used to hit my mom or my father used to abuse my mom, they are gone because they feel like you're going to be like that.
Yeah, and the ones that fight so hard to not be like that, they will do that.
Yes, other ways, but some actually turn out really nice.
Yeah, actually.
No,
something wrong with anybody.
Yes.
Everybody with them, there's always something wrong with that person.
Yes,
most times your situation shape you, most times they don't. But majority of the time they shape you. It's not left for you to take the good from it. Or take the bad from it. I can decide and say, I see my mom, see my pop, see the beat my mom. I know it's not supposed to be, so I'm never going to hit my mom. I will never do that. That they want to beat their kids.
And they want to use so it even makes most of those men that they can't even like talk to their wives.
Yeah, so
they let the woman control them because they don't ever want to feel like they are trying to overshadow
or be like their father
or be like their father.
I am really, my horizon has been broadened because you guys are really well, I've had experiences, but let me go with the very mild one. Growing up without a daddy, it was really difficult because, especially with the whole storyline of my mom having me in secondary school and all that, they didn't let it affect me because they had money when I was growing up. So I went to a boarding school, went to the best schools, had private drive and all that. I was growing well. I didn't even ask when I was growing up who my dad was or anything because everybody was showing me so much love. Her brothers were like the best uncles and everything. Until I grew up, like I was in my SS1 or something, and I asked. I just wanted to ask because of they wanted to change my surname, and I was like, what's going on? What everything I'm going for? And like, okay, when I explained everything to me, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't see it as like the problem, like because I was not lacking anything. Not until I grew up now, and I felt like there are some lessons my dad was supposed to maybe teach me or something. But then now I see myself like always seeking validation. That's true. Like if I dress up or I go here, I'm like, oh, do I look nice? Or am I being rude? Okay, or like I have this whole anxiety too. Decision making too. I mean anxiety. I'm always worried like about my next step or what I'm like, who I'm talking to and who this person is, and if this person is sensing my insecurities or like, so like I'm so cautious like half of the time. That's why I wondered why I asked in the first place, because I was doing fine until I asked. But still, I still did not let it affect me. But these things are still at the back of my mind. Sometimes I unconsciously act like you could sense my fear. You understand?
I feel like a good amount of people with father figure issues, right? They tend to cling to their partners.
Yes.
In the worst ways.
You see them as your next.
It's like if you let go of this person, yes, they have this father figure issue. And you open that door for them to treat you anyhow. And you don't want to leave because you close so hard.
I lost my dad when I was 13. Oh my God! And for every single time I would meet a guy, someone is trying to be interested in me. The first thing I look at you for is stability.
Yes.
I feel like support. Not really financial stability, no, because money was. Will you always be there? I sense you moving. If you didn't raise your voice at me, I feel like you want to leave. There's a problem. Exactly. I said like, this means you don't love me anymore, you don't care about me anymore, you're going to leave me.
And it's always like, oh my God, and it became a big
problem for me. I know how hard I had to like start saying, I'm enough. I'm enough. I don't need someone to like make me stable. I can be stable on my own. I don't need a male figure to make me feel safe. Exactly. Yes. I don't need a male figure to make me feel safe, because losing a father figure early, it really makes a lot of, especially for the ladies. We tend to always cling to any available support system. Once the person shows you support and this person,
you mistake their niceness for,
oh my God, that's
something. He
actually took a lot. He actually took one date and you're already spending your kids. Yes. I mean, your father
your first son is going to be his junior. I want my first.
So like that another psychological effect from any form of abuse would be, I see people when recently whenever a woman says that she's never going to want to be with a man below her, and then people start attaching. I had an auntie, she was well to do, very, very rich, and she married below, like she married down. Yes, she married down. She was way, way richer than the person. Way richer. Fast forward to a few years later in the marriage, the man started maltreating her. Started taking hold of the finances, wanting everything to be in his name. Started abusing her. She didn't even know that she was in trouble.
He didn't have anything he was doing for himself, or
he wasn't doing as well as she was doing. She was mostly like the one with the bigger money in the house and everything. So that would affect a lot of people negatively, because if I want to start looking at it like that, I can easily say I would never ever be a man that is below me because of what I saw my auntie's husband do to her. But
not every man
is like that. So I feel like also one thing that people should do, no matter how hard, is, I don't know why we don't really normalize therapy in Nigeria. It is needed.
I'm a therapist. Self-acclaimed for now, but don't worry.
It's needed because a lot of people just want somebody to talk to. We all have traumas. We all have things that keep us up. We should talk to you too. We have traumas. We have like issues.
You don't want to hear watching
it's working. It always ends in make way.
No, like a professional therapist. Not one that you go to the person's room and start looking for therapy.
This stuff will not work in Nigeria. Do you know you can still let's say glorify or put sex on some kind of pedestal. When we see that something so big. You understand?
Really?
Yes. So go to this.
I'm trying to understand.
To these developed countries, sex is not a big thing. It's not taken as serious as you take it over.
True.
I have friends who like tell me that you see girl goes in a car, drive, come far.
Yes.
Come and pick you. You want to have sex. You don't take it as anything. But over here, so you will fake it and don't do anything.
She's expecting.
So feel like there's no therapist. No, they are therapists. But what is able to work? All they do is able to work in Nigeria is that some therapist is allowing that person to come up to you. Yes, going to have that kind of connection. And Nigerian females, they easily attach Let me see African females, and it's a place to it only happens in Africa here.
Is it like
This is what I'm saying. Why I say African ladies mostly is this year. When I judge things, I will go by percentage. The percentage of Africans, like African ladies, always have that. When she starts to be nice, then they start having that feeling of saying what you expect from them are higher than when you go to the show. They don't give they don't send you go over here. Once today I buy you food, you know that actually because I know you're going through something. You just start serving these drinks and having things. Start thinking that is why I said in a professional way. Now why I say it's hard because normally you know say good in your word. It doesn't have to be a man. It could be a female. Because we have Zoom calls. It's not meant to be. That is one question. Second, the way the net
females are not actually safe.
because that's you being vulnerable. It's a lot of
do you know that? For one, you're going to start thinking about the fact that the person that gossip with your friends. Secondly, the sexual aspect. Now for many ladies to be fine.
Oh my God, we don't.
Yes.
Yeah, actually. So a lot of people don't like older people.
No, that's not my point. The person who will like older people. Like that connection.
So you feel like because people tend to always like
when you work with this, you saw our chief cameraman, huh?
Yes, I
saw how tall that and also imagine saying enter your therapy room, now he goes to be a therapist.
So why do you go shouldn't even form any serious
and they don't know anything that happens. Exactly. They're not supposed to only try and keep it professional.
It's his job to sense that okay, I think you're trying to catch feelings. I think I'm going to have to refer you to another. Yes. People not with their doctors.
That's why in Nigeria we don't have a lot.
Actually, this world that just started
Because the reason why
I'm just saying.
there's a lot of things because for one,
let's go there.
sexual discipline is only. Now let's say you come online on all these blogs, people write things.
Yes.
And then when they open their mouth to say you're on that for office, only they make your side. Don't be iron. I don't know if that. Then you start making moves towards him, and naturally, men is stupid when it comes to that aspect. Yes, sexual discipline not too much. Now let's the person who build that. The person who build that himself.
Yes, I want to respect him.
But besides that, the man will end up with that lady. And then you see lady coming back to tell you that the man doesn't care for her. I'm not joking. Men actually have sex for fun. They don't put pleasure into it. No concern. They don't like that emotional attachment. You do there for her. You do it because of the pleasure, because of the fun in it.
It's just
imagine give some people certificates and call them therapy. To meet my wife or my girlfriend and tell her to open up.
See, that's the mentality. You have to watch the thing.
You have to work with the society that you live in.
Yeah,
so understand? You have to work with it. There's a reason why two ladies get work first before two ladies.
Okay. Let me say this. This is why I say that everybody should have why therapy should be. Okay. Normally, therapy in Nigeria is about writing to blogs, writing to journalists, writing to seeking and just beyond the whole rest of them and all this stuff. That's the form of therapy we have in Nigeria. But now, that stuff has a very, very bad negative effect. How? Do you know why? You know about the cruise. A lot of us, the trauma that we see online affects us psychologically. Yes. A lot of ladies are scared of marriage. A lot of men are scared of see, because you open this world and you're hearing this person say, my husband did this, my dad did this, you hear this, my child did this, and then they are so hard, beautiful. And then it makes you it brings fear. Yes. So that's why I'm saying like all this, and then you see so many people giving you advice, so many people that don't even that you can't get 13 years old into even in the dream that is something in the book. We don't even know the other side of the story. Okay. We don't, because we just heard from one side. Yeah. Just like the Igbo say that says Obore Bulls or all police.
in any case. We know two sides of the stories, but online we just hear one side, and then we are all judging from that one side, and then I've taken away from it that men are wicked, men are so evil. Look at what this man is doing. Look at what that man is doing. That is very, very serious psychology, because you go home and you start looking at your partner, this one that after everything I'll do for you, you go and
and this is these are people that are very, very that get easily influenced. Yes, that's why on social media you are doing that in relationship, but you're doing something and then you're looking at your partner like, nah, this can't work because I feel like this might just happen.
The cocoa of the whole thing there is this year. You should just have a mind of your own. First of all, so people don't even know who they are until they turn 30.
Basically, so they don't even know who they are until they turn 30. You don't even discover yourself.
You're searching.
See, the more you go, the more you evolve, the more you are used as kids until they meet somebody. One quick story was that in my secondary school, I went to boarding school. It was as if we were shared into two. There were this group of girls that came from the, I don't want to call it like, but they came from hard families, hard streets. They were forced into the streets. And then there were the ones that came from homes that they are not soft. Like,
strangest kids. That's picking and children. Picking the children.
And then there was one thing I noticed. You see those people that were hard trained? They would gossip a lot. They would bully.
I'm telling you.
They were mean. They were the mean girls. They were so mean. Oh my God, it was a lot. It's not because they were the backstabbers. That is not their fault, because that is what they saw. That is what they did. That's the only way they know how to
be that they have fear that you don't do that.
Yes. And then the first of the defense.
You just let that at any point to come.
You know what is actually guys. Okay, so what that would do to you. You can't let anybody approach you. Everybody is an enemy. It's not even proven. Once you see somebody, this person can do 1,001 bad things to me, and it's going to sever you from forming a lot of meaningful relationships in life.
Actually,
that's a big psychological.
Actually, like a therapy session. Oh my God!
I don't know so much. If you notice, I don't talk too much. But all I'm trying to say is this year. No, in anything you do in this life, just try to have a mind of it. It's not easy trying to have a mind of your own.
True.
Many things you see for online will be the truth.
It's not the truth. It's not.
You see for Hottakes, it's
fine.
But until I say, don't take it to build your life. Most times,
exactly
that
guard your mind.
They don't agree when they talk. They don't be talking to
is what I ordered to be your own therapist.
If you see that you need professional help, get it from it. Seek professional help. Seek it from a professional. Oh, God is not your therapist.
Go to God, your therapist.
We're signing out with Emeh and Cassandra. I don't know anything will talk. If you need help,
seek professional help.
Please don't bring anything you see online. This is S.O.G signing out.
Official baby
sign out. I don't do that, right?
Bye guys.